it was nuts. And then we had an actress in here, Scary Mary. She is incredible. She has the pipes of a goddess. She was able to scream on cue all night at each group that would pop in, because she would hide. So they just saw this like very haunted mansion dining room table experience with, I had everything covered in cobwebs, tons of settings out. And then of course this is Mr. Bandini. He was the original owner. And so that was part of our backstory and part of the dinner theater show before you came through the haunted house, before you left for the evening. But Mary would do her thing, scare everybody. It was a great startle scare. This was the gaming parlor. So we actually turned this into like a saloon slash Western gaming hall. So I had like skeletons playing cards, kind of like we had seen at the Sinister Saloon. And then we had Peter in here throwing poppers and using a very loud cap gun as like a bandit. And then Hendel, who's one of our premier actors in our haunt, was the bartender. So this was one of the people's areas that they were like, yeah, no, that was scary. Hendel is like 6'5", 6'6". He is a big dude. And we had your group kind of lined up here at the bar. He would offer to serve you a beverage, which he did not because he was scared. And of course, this thing is something that's kind of creepy. This is the Bandini head. Oh, God. And then you left that, and then we had a cool projection up here. I'll turn off the flashlight real quick. And then we had the ghost walking down the staircase and lunge at you. All projection. It was great. Piano playing with a skeleton, but it played on its own. And then you entered the funeral parlor, which we recreated.
As you move your hand back and forth, you feel your fingers going through anything different. How good is that? The guy standing right there.
Most of the actors claim to have experienced something weird.
That's scary, isn't it? You just move it. You're all over the place. As you walk around, you walk into more. Anybody else want to try that? Yes.
Do a rose.
So sweep your hand between. Which one is it?
It's really nice.
Wait a minute, I gotta make a t-shirt out of that. So if you go too fast or you go too slow, you can't feel the difference. As you move your
I don't know where it goes.
hand back and forth, you feel your fingers going through anything different?
Tingly, but like cold.
Okay. Now 10 people could put their hand in the same pocket and describe it 10 different ways. There's no
Yeah.
wrong way.
Like kind of like when you have something like ice and it just feels cold and tingly.
Okay.
He's like, no one's there. I'm like, oh.
Anyone want to try that?
I'm trying that.
Anthony, you're next.
Your other hand.
We need a guinea pig.
I'll get you.
We need a guinea
Put your
pig.
fingers up. Forward a little bit. Go to this hand. As you move your hand back and forth, you feel your fingers going through anything different?
Right here.
Okay, good.
I feel it cold.
Okay. Okay, good.
I feel it cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I'll be honest with you. I was over there saying, with you. I was over there saying, but it.
What were you saying?
That's pretty good on not only his part, but just what's really happening here with the heaviness in these
You're
rooms.
standing right there watching us. Right.
Wait.
Yeah. What do you feel like? The same or different than the other?
It's the same, but Right here it gets cool. Right here. This one spot. Go, can you feel it?
Listen. You smell something?
There it is.
That's the best part.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Right here. It's just, it'll cold spot. Oh, yeah.
As you move your hand back and forth, do you feel your fingers going through anything different?
Yeah. And yeah, I can feel like right here.
What does it feel like?
Shoulder.
What does it feel like?
Just a little bit colder.
Okay.
I feel like my fingers feel like a little bit heavier, at least like these ones.
Okay.
Like a little tingly.
Okay. Not as scary as they make it seem on TV, is it?
No.
If you knew it wasn't scary, you wouldn't watch the show.
She's over here taking pictures, like,
That's what they do, they yell and scream.
probably asking the guy. Yeah.
It feels like
They ask if you're scared of the ghosts. I'm like, Beth is probably all up in there. Like, Anthony, you up?
You guys want to give it a try?
No, you're up. I think it was your vote.
Now I'll just let you guys be and walk around. And
Somebody asked me if I was scared.
You, Beth, you do it. Go up here. Feel the heaviness.
Bright light.
Well, yeah. We can't. Otherwise, we can't see.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we had this whole room set up as a funeral parlor with a bunch of chairs and with bodies covered in sheets, as if they were sitting in the crowd. And we had just a black light and a strobe light going. So literally, it was freaky. Like people come in and go, "Oh hell no!" And they were all turned towards facing the altar because we had a casket up front. So you had to traverse through, and you did not know who the actors were and who were the dummy bodies were. And then we had a couple actors that would lunge at you from under the sheets. Then you came in here. This was the observation room. So we had a huge coffin set up with some creepy music playing, and the pastor was in here reciting. And then a couple bandits would come out from the woodwork here behind the curtains and chase everybody out. So kind of a short experience. Again, it was the only indoor haunt in 2020. We made do with the space we had, but this was definitely one of the best rooms. I'll definitely show some pictures or share pictures with the Discord, and then I'll try to make a video because we have definitely a lot of clips from that year. Again, this was 2020 during the shutdown, but we managed to figure out how to pull off a private or not private, but a limited engagement ticketed event. So it was nice and safe. Everybody that attended, we only had I want to say 2 people say that they were just really stressed out about COVID and didn't want to do it. But for the most part, everybody was just so excited to get out, get free of their house and do something. 90% of this took place outdoors. So as you can see earlier, that courtyard, that's all open air. That's in the middle of the building. So that was all outdoor. We had the tables all spaced at least 6 feet apart, so each couple could have their own little table. I don't think we even let friends sit together. I think each couple is sets of 2, all got their own tables, all 6 feet apart throughout here, so that everybody felt very safe. All the food was prepared by people that have been tested and all that fun stuff. So it was all the crazy stuff. We went through all the hoops and ladders to appease the state of California and appease the people that attended because we want to make sure everybody felt safe. But everybody absolutely loved the experience. And then having that, just knowing on top of it that the building was truly haunted and there might have been ghosts with us while we were performing our show, that just kind of added to the ambiance. For sure. They do not. So for our haunt, same thing. This was closed off because we didn't want anybody venturing up. But we had a ghost. So it actually looks like the library ghost from the first Ghostbusters. So the 1984 Ghostbusters. She would cruise down the stairs, tell everybody to be quiet, and then she would come to life and kind of launch at you. But it was all done via projection. So we would have everybody kind of come in here, and we'd tell them to hang on for a minute, and they'd watch her walk down the stairs, and then she'd launch herself at you. And it was all done with projection and lighting, and then you'd go on into the observation funeral parlor. It's super dark in here. I apologize. Get some light in here. I thought he might at least turn on some lights here. But this bar, there's a lot of history here. I think this thing came from, either Tombstone, Arizona. I'll ask him, Michael, when he comes back. But all this stuff is original. So we've been very fortunate to be part of all these projects that are involved with places where everything is historical and original. So this bar came, I think, either from Missouri or Tombstone, Arizona. It was all original. Let's see if he knows.
No? Can you put your hand out for a second? You try again. A little faster. Good. Nothing?
There's rooms upstairs where we stayed. They just don't have access, but we did when we stayed here. So once the night event's over, that rope comes down so you can come up and down the stairs if you need to go anywhere else within the building.
Okay. So they're like a pocket of energy. Sometimes we have to move around and find where the sweet spot is.
Crazy, yeah.
But that's scary, huh?
There's something there?
Yeah, there's a guy there.
Oh, there's a guy.
They're all over the place.
It's the mystery of the dark. Yeah, but we kept it about this dark with the haunt. I just added some ambient lights here and there, but in this room, it's a little bit brighter than it looks on my camera. So it's illuminated kind of green because of the exit sign. And then we added some accent lights on all the tables. So I had like skeleton gunslingers, like you may have seen at the Sinister Saloon, same skeletons, playing cards, drinking beer, things like that at all the different tables. And then Peter would come running through here like an outlaw. He'd fire off his cap gun and throw these little, much louder than those little white popper things kids throw. It's like a little red stick of, it looks like a little stick of dynamite. And he'd throw it in, like, pop, and the whole room would be loud. Huh?
Stop talking.
It was awesome. It was one of my favorite shows we were put on. So now it's inspiring me coming here tonight to put a video together to show you guys because it was a lot of fun.